Hello and welcome to the Football Parliament podcast, your one-stop destination for your football debates, opinions, and discussions. Today is going to be another transfer window where we focus on the move of Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea, or I should say, back to Chelsea. So I've been joined by Chirag Gupta, himself a Chelsea fan. Same goes for me. And Chirag, what are your thoughts on this situation that has extremely escalated in the last 48 hours? Before it was all Haaland, Haaland. Yeah.
Just amazing. I'll say if you would have asked me personally as well, I would have taken Romelu Lukaku over Erling Haaland any day because the only factor with Erling Haaland was that he was young and he had
Yeah.
room to grow. But my point is, if Haaland has the room to grow, we knew that he won't stay at Chelsea for more than 5 years. That is maximum 5 years because he wants us as a stepping stone to a club like Real Madrid or either Barcelona. But with Romelu Lukaku, we are getting the same 5 years because we know like Robert Lewandowski is currently 33, we have Benzema at 34, and Lukaku is just turned 29. So we still have 5 years when we
He's
know.
28, yet to turn
Oh
29.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's 28. So that will be very great for us that he can have 5 years with a when a player is in his prime. And you talked
Yeah.
about return of Romelu Lukaku. The time he left Chelsea, we know that he wasn't the best. He would have even like we always counted him in the category of Kevin De Bruyne, your prime people, Mo Salah that we lost. But we are again getting one of those players is very good for us.
Yeah, that's exactly a very good point because you see all these memes and trolls of the internet, people taunting Chelsea for these mistakes that we've made. I'm not saying that Lukaku is not a mistake, that we might be getting Lukaku back, but we're paying a very heavy price for it. It's in excess of 110 million. The player is already 28 years of old, so you'd believe that in 5 years, the resale value that we might get for Lukaku won't be that much. But then to beat the best, you need the best players, and we are the
And
champions
no,
of Europe.
definitely first talking about the resale value, I've seen many Chelsea fans having a debate over that we won't get the resale value.
Yeah,
But resale value is in everything you talk about, right?
yeah,
Have gone for prime players. If we consider Aspilicueta as also as of now, do we have a resale value on him? Obviously, we bought him very young at a very young age, but we do not have a resale value for him. And to get a prime striker, you need to go this big, according to me.
yeah, for sure.
Chelsea has the funds.
We
Why
have the
why not?
funds. We got
Tell me.
from 150 million from the Champions League, from the very sales that we've made. We are actually compensating the purchase of Lukaku by selling players like Tammy Abraham, and also I think it's
Yes,
not a lot, but
exactly.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you even think that if we are not going for Kunde as of now because the deal is not certain,
yeah,
then we have 20 million from Mark Gurhi. We have 40 million guaranteed from a sale of Tammy Abraham, and we already have sold so many deadwood from the club that we will reach a point of 100 million already.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we were the champions of Europe last time. We got the Champions League position last time. We already have the funds, and this is without Roman Abramovich even thinking of injecting something.
That's
And
true.
when we know Big Rom starts injecting, then we can buy anything in this world.
Yeah. I mean, it was clear that Chelsea, if they're making purchases, it will be one of the top strikers in world football because mind well that we already have Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, who aren't small boys themselves. Definitely one of the elite players in football, have a lot of time to grow. Both of them are young. So, if we were to sign a player with Harry Kane and Robert Lewandowski out of the equation, it had to be one of Romelu Lukaku or Erling Haaland. We are complaining that Lukaku is slightly expensive, but then Haaland himself, 175 million only to Borussia Dortmund, 60 million in agent fees to Mina Raiola and his father, and the wage demands that Erling Haaland was demanding. I think that move would
Double
still,
it was double the amount Romelu Lukaku is settling
yeah,
for.
yeah, that's true. It was, and there was a bigger risk in Erling Haaland, as I would say, compared to Romelu Lukaku.
And
Haaland
one
is
more
young,
thing, not comparing the stats. One thing
yeah,
you need in football is passion. When Romelu
yeah,
Lukaku left Chelsea, he said that I just want to play for Chelsea again. He wanted to win a title for Chelsea. Erling Haaland does not have that same sentiments with Chelsea. He just wants to
yeah.
use Chelsea as a stepping stone, I will say.
That's
I
a
would
that's a
be
very good
happy
point.
with Haaland. I'm not saying that he is not a good player. He could be a better player than Romelu Lukaku as well because he's ranked very highly, but not the passion that Romelu Lukaku has, the
Yeah,
bond
yeah.
he has with Didier Drogba, the best Chelsea striker ever there was.
That's
It's
true.
unimaginable.
I, at the moment, if you were to tell me not 5 to 10 years later, at the moment today, if I was to be playing a Champions League final, I had to choose between having Erling Haaland or Romelu Lukaku. I would have gone for Romelu Lukaku. I think Lukaku is much more complete than Erling Haaland. Lukaku can do all of the work that we say that a striker has to do apart from goal scoring. It's holding the ball well, dropping deep, dribbling at times. He's got the pace, he's got the power. Amazing player to have on the break, and he's a very all-round striker. As you know, I recently read a quote from Karim Benzema, who said that nowadays there are strikers who just score a tap in or one goal in the entire game, and that's all they do. And that is something completely opposite to what Romelu Lukaku does. His dribbling, his hold-up play, his link-up play, the entire contribution that he brings to this team, apart from goals, 20 plus goals a season is a guarantee when you have a Romelu Lukaku up top. So I think it's an amazing, amazing deal for Chelsea.
And talking about stats as well, when Lukaku was at Premier League, he had like 250 games played, out of which he started in 203 games, and he scored in 100 games and had 50 goal contributions. So you can say it's a 150 goal contributions, but 149 to be precise goal contributions in the Premier League. And at that point, when Lukaku was not the best we know, he did not have his best career and Chelsea in his early stages. Then he was playing for clubs like West Brom and Everton. That was not the elite clubs as we count right now. And at
Yeah,
Manu also, he was in the Romelu Lukaku. They paid 60 million for. So
yeah,
we know like now Romelu Lukaku has grown better. He has learned from the best, like the under Antonio Conte. He has just won a Scudetto for Inter Milan. He was their best player, the most valuable player in the whole Italian league. When you had Cristiano Ronaldo in the same league, he was
yeah.
just second best to Cristiano Ronaldo in goal scoring as well.
Yeah, and he was second best in goal scoring, but I definitely think that Romelu Lukaku had a better season than Ronaldo. If you see the overall aspect, it's a lot more than goals, is it?
And
He's not
counting
far.
Euros as well.
Counting Euros as well. He was great at the Euros. Okay, even Ronaldo was. But then if you look apart from the goals, some of the other stats, per 90 stats especially, definitely shows Lukaku's dominance in Serie A. Also a title winner now, the Scudetto win with Inter. So yes, he's coming on back of an amazing title win. He's in the prime of his career. He's already played at Chelsea. You could say he's prem proven. He is an ex-Chelsea player, the third best striker in the world right now. If I'm being completely unbiased, I'd feel that Romelu Lukaku is the third best striker in world football behind Robert Lewandowski and Harry Kane. That's my opinion, and which
And
can
maybe
soon change.
alongside like of uh, Benzema. If you obviously keeping Messi's and Ronaldo's in the different category,
Yeah,
maybe Benzema and Lukaku have the fight for the third spot.
I personally prefer Lukaku over Benzema, but okay, that's subjective. We are focusing on Lukaku, and
And yes, and
I,
talking about stats as well as Inter, under Antonio Conte, he had like 0.92 goal contributions per 90.
yeah,
That means a goal contribution every 90. If you can
almost a goal
replicate this in
contribution. Yeah,
Premier League, he will be the best player in the league. If you can do that in Premier League. And we need to consider, like people are saying he could flop back in the Premier League, but Italian leagues have a better defensive mindset and a better
yeah,
defensive
yeah.
tactics than the Premier League.
Italian leagues are actually
And
much better defensively.
exactly,
You think of a new player who's coming into a Premier League, the first question that you have in mind is, will he be able to adapt to the physicality of the Premier League? Is that even a question with Romelu Lukaku? Probably one of the
not
best,
at all, not at
you
all.
know, one of the best physiques in world football. Just his sheer strength. That moment when he bodied Cesar Azpilicueta in Chelsea versus Manchester United would now become a kind of a training ground meme between them. These are things you love to see. You love to see
And
Romelu
also,
Lukaku.
people are worried that Havertz won't get the goal contributions he's designed for. Timo Werner's season was over. His Chelsea career is over. But I just want to share the thing that Kai Havertz was in his prime form at Leverkusen when he had a striker alongside him when he used to
Yeah.
play as a second striker. Timo Werner was scoring madly in the Bundesliga when he had a striker alongside him, and both of them replicated a player like Romelu Lukaku. Not
Yeah,
obviously at the standards of Lukaku, but definitely a player like them. And maybe a
actually a
Mason
very
Mount
good
can also
point.
benefit.
Sure.
from this
I mean,
situation.
Mason Mount, it spoke about him. 99 chances created in all competitions last season. He did not even get double-digit assist numbers. So this just shows that another very good point being made is that Timo Werner and Kai Havertz both in the Bundesliga played in the double strike formation. So something like the same formation that we've been playing, that's a three at the back, pivot midfield, wing backs, and then you could have one creator in Mason Mount along with two strikers, which can easily rotate between Romelu Lukaku, Kai Havertz, and Timo Werner. This, according to me, looks like a very, very good Chelsea team. We've got the options as well. We've got Hakim Ziyech, we've got Christian Pulisic,
Hudson-Odoi.
we've got Hudson Odoi. Actually, Hudson Odoi, the thing that I had in mind for Hudson Odoi was I saw him play at left wing back for Chelsea
Against Arsenal.
against Arsenal. I
Arsenal.
was
Yeah.
so impressed. I was actually very, very impressed. So that might not be the most defensively sound option, but against the weaker teams, against the likes of Brighton, against the teams are going to sit down deep, Burnley kind of teams.
No, no,
So
no. One, not just Burnley, Hudson-Odoi and the left wing back. Teams like the bottom half of the table, Chelsea
yeah,
could even go with a Christian Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi as the wing back system because they both played against Arsenal. And if Tuchel has the balls to play them both together as the wing backs against Arsenal, then we can definitely go and play them against the mid tables or the lower table teams. And you obviously have your Reece James and Ben Chilwells to cover any day.
yeah. If you look at it like that, you wouldn't even need to spend on the deputies at the either position because you've got Aspilicueta who can play over there. You've got Marcus Alonso. Even if he leaves, you've got Ben Chilwell. You've got Hudson-Odoi, as we just mentioned. So yes, we do look stacked over there. Ziyech coming off two amazing goals. Many, many positive feelings as the entire of the Premier League strengthens. It's not just us. Manchester City are getting a Hurricane. They're getting Jack Grealish. Manchester United, they've got Jadon Sancho. They've got Rafael Varane. They're in hunt of a centre back. A defensive mid. Liverpool, they've got Ibrahim Konate. They've got Virgil van Dijk back fit. So it's going to be tougher. It's going to be really tricky. But then at the end of the day, we are the current champions of Europe. Do we fear anyone? Absolutely not.
Never.
Yeah.
With Thomas Tuchel, you just cannot.
In, yeah. That was the first thing he said. He wants to build a team that everyone
Everyone
fears
fears to
playing.
play. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, that'll be it for today's video. Quite a fun discussion with Chirag about the latest Chelsea signing. Hopefully, that we get to see in a couple of days. There also talks about him being one of the players in the Super League match, which is a quite a drastic thing to think about because the match is just a week away. But what happens, we shall see. Thank you for listening till the end. And for more top quality football content, keep listening to the Football Parliament podcast. Thank you.